What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing The Walking Dead's final season's final episode, Take Us Back, episode 4. I'm going to be talking about, very quickly, my brief opinions on the episode. I'm going to go completely spoiler-free. We're not going to spoil this episode, but I do want to talk just generally about it, and I'll talk about what I liked about it. Tomorrow, we're going to have another video talking about the ending of this episode, and it is going to be fully spoiled. I kind of want to just go off on that, so if you guys want to hear about the ending, want to hear my thoughts about the ending kind of in a spoiler fashion, come back for tomorrow's video. Now, this episode I thought was easily the best episode of this season and probably the best since around season 1. I think season 2 definitely had some strong episodes, also had a little bit of some weaker episodes for sure. Season 3, I really do think at this point in time, after playing all 4 seasons and playing them basically the day that they've all come out, I think season 3 just took a lot of steps back and I actually did like season 3 in the moment. I still do think season 3 is a solid season, but I don't think it's even close to any of the other seasons. Episode 4, Take Us Back, is a phenomenal episode that I think starts at a very, very high level very, very quickly. I mean, it just jumps in and you're immediately put into the action, and all the way through this episode, you're constantly doing things. I mean, and it's not a long episode whatsoever. It's around an hour and 45 minutes, I'd say, and you never feel like it's dragging at all through that episode. And there's not one moment that it kind of, even when it slows down, quote unquote, it's doing something. And I can't spoil this episode, but there's obviously some big scenes in this episode that really you've never seen this scale of a thing that's happened in The Walking Dead since season 1, and even that I really do feel like the big moment of this episode in terms of what happens, I feel like is the biggest moment that's ever happened in any of Telltale's The Walking Dead or Skybound. I mean, I think they did a phenomenal job with pacing. I think, again, the first, I'd say, hour of this episode is so fast, so many things are happening, it's gory, it's very, very tense. There's some really big scenes. You lose characters. You go through things. You kind of go through reflecting with characters. There's a lot to this episode, and all in a very, very short amount of time. At this point, I'm preaching to the choir. This is episode 4, Take Us Back, of a 4-episode season 4 of The Walking Dead. So if you guys have made it this far, it doesn't matter what I say, that it shouldn't influence you whatsoever. Definitely, 100%, if you've played it up through this time, this period so far through episode 3, absolutely get episode 4. If you guys have never played The Walking Dead before and you somehow stumbled upon this video and you haven't played this season I think all around does so many really amazing things, and I'm so happy that Skybound was able to do this. I mean, I don't think we've ever experienced something like this from a game ever. And I'm not saying that it's the most spectacular game in the world, but with Telltale promising us this final season, this ending of Clementine's journey and all this stuff, and then we start to play it, and then 2 episodes in, Telltale gets shut down. They declare bankruptcy, they're done. And it's like, wow, we've never had that happen before. Like, I paid for the entire season. I'm sure a lot of people bought the season pass, and then all of a sudden, halfway through, your game basically just gets canned. And then it's like, well, we never will be able to say goodbye to Clementine properly. And then Skybound resurrects it, and that's never really happened before as well. And they tried to keep it on track with the schedule. Yes, it got delayed a little bit, it got pushed back, but here we are, and we actually got all 4 episodes. We got Telltale's original vision, because they kept a lot of the same employees. We got their vision for what this ending of Clementine's journey is. And was it a perfect episode? No, I don't think it was a perfect episode, but I do think it was the best episode of the season. Like I said, I think it's one of the better episodes in any episodic game. I'd even go so far as to say that. I've played literally most big episodic games. I've played every Telltale episodic game. I've played the Life is Strange games. There's a couple like indie episodic games that I've never played before, but I've played a lot of episodic games throughout the last 6-7 years, and I can tell you this is by far one of the best episodes any episodic game did. Pacing, amazing. Characters, this is the last time we are presumably going to see these characters. Skybound says they want to make more games. They may make more Walking Dead games. games. We'll have to see if we ever see any of these characters again. I don't want to. I kind of want to leave all these characters, no matter what happened to them in this episode, which I won't spoil. I'd like to leave them alone and kind of move on and experience some different things. If they want to keep going Walking Dead, they can. If they want to do something else, they can. But I think they did a really, really good job. I wasn't disappointed in the slightest in this episode. I went through a range of emotions in this episode, and it really, as a whole, brought me back, take us back. Literally, it took me back to what I felt in season 1 for a lot of it. I mean, I think the experience and the emotions that a lot of people went through in season 1 of Telltale's The Walking Dead really can never be recreated. But I think what they did in this episode, they kind of bottled that up and gave it to us in an hour and 45 minutes. So I think they just did a really, really amazing job. I'm so glad we were actually able to get this episode, and I had a ton of fun playing it. I mean, I really, really enjoyed this episode overall. So there's not much more I can talk about without spoiling it, but let me know in the comments below, guys, what did you think of this episode if you've played it? What did you think about how Skybound has handled the last 2 episodes of The Walking Dead? Again, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about a specific thing towards the end of the game, the huge thing that actually happened in the game. So I'm going to be talking about that, talking about my opinions on that. So if you guys, again, are into the spoiler territory and want to hear about what I have to think about what they did, we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Very, very excited to do that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on tomorrow's video.